Welcome to If You Even Care. Thank you for caring enough to be here or to click on this because your algorithm said that you should, which is also meaningful to me. So thank you for that as well. Quick question to anybody out there who might know the answer. Why does blush disappear as soon as you put it on your face? I swear I layered it. And if the viewfinder is telling the truth, which it might not be because there's no real way to tell until it's the SD card's in the computer, it's gone. It's gone like I didn't layer it several times. So I don't know what that is. And in every photo taken of me, where's the blush? Where's the blush? Because I know she was there. How? Sometimes I'm sitting in front of the vanity and I'm doing my makeup and I'm watching it in real time disappear. And I do cream and powder. So what's going on there? And who has the time, the patience, and the vocab to explain that to me? So I feel like since 420 is right around the corner, we should do a little bit of a 420 themed episode, and which really, I'm not going to get high, which you'll understand a little bit why that is the case. But I'll talk about some experiences with getting high, and why I don't anymore. Or, well, let me not lie, not often at all. And when I do, it's a bad idea. And hopefully find some community in my bad experiences and the way that it makes me feel. I need somebody out there to make me feel normal about the way that I get when I'm high. But first, what's happening this week? What's going on with you in your world? Okay. So that's the amount of time that you would have had to tell me what's going on with you before I would cut you off and start talking about what's going on with me. So that's it. That's really great or terrible. What's happening for me this week in my realm? Well, for one, I almost beefed with the creator of Fruit Love Island, the AI cinema account, because of a few episodes ago when I was making fun of Fruit Love Island and I posted a clip about it. They reposted that clip on TikTok and added some text to it that said it's not that serious, or it's not that deep, or something like that, which then made their child army come to my page, some of them actually trying to defend Love Island, and there's nothing to defend. There's nothing to defend about Fruit Love Island, which is AI slop. You're very lucky if you've never seen it or anything like it, because it's not just Fruit Love Island. There's other videos that are like that, of fruit people cheating on each other and fighting, and undertones of racism and misogyny. So again, nothing to defend. This use of AI to make garbage slop that makes no sense and adds no value to anyone's life. It's not even good. It's not entertaining. It's not anything. It's nothing. It's literally empty calories as far as the internet is concerned. And the people that would go out of their way to defend something like Fruit Love Island are kids. A lot of kids, about a lot of very young people. There are obviously adults that are watching this too, but the people who would feel like they need to defend Fruit Love Island are going to be a lot of children. I'm basing that off of things like their profile pictures and how they're typing. They seem to be children. So they come over to my page and they want to defend watching Fruit Love Island, or go, it's not that deep actually. They're commenting screenshots of the fact that Fruit Love Island reposted it, and they're going, wait, cause bro, literally they don't give a fuck. It's just, I'm deleting it. And every single one that comes in, I'm going to delete that. And it's only so many comments that are like that, but I'm going to delete them. And that is for both of our benefits. One, I'm not letting that shit fester. You're not going to find your community in my comment section. When you look through, you are not going to find people who promote things like Fruit Love Island or try to say it's not serious. That's just not where you're going to find them. You're going to find that over on Fruit Love Island's page. So you have to go over there. 2, do I look like Miss Rachel to you? I don't want children on my fucking page. You are 10 years old. Please go off. You have to go. And 3, people are going to argue with these kids. And rightfully so, because what they're saying is ridiculous. But people are going to argue with them, and those people are going to be right. And there's just no need. Like, they're getting offended because they like their little AI cartoons, and that is fine. But, well, it's not fine, but they will outgrow that one day. Most likely. Chances are, way down the line, they're going to look back on this and be like, that was stupid. As most of us do, because most of us liked something corny or dumb when we were kids. And at some point, either through school or through just lived experience, these kids are going to learn that this shit is nothing to defend. So they're just going to come to the comments and get dogpiled. There's no need. They're going to figure it out. They're kids. They'll learn at some point, but not in my fucking comment section. You're not allowed. You're not going to find your people here. You're going to have to go elsewhere. So just so dumb. It's like I saw an influx of like people coming in, and I was like, something reposted me. And judging by the comments, it was like an AI page, and then it ended up being them. So that was dumb. Also, every podcast that I listen to, every like YouTuber I watch, every other person on TikTok, it feels like everybody has been talking about Coachella for the past couple weeks and like prepping for it, talking about outfits, talking about, I don't know, trying to get a band to get in, all the walking they're going to have to do. These are the only things that I've really picked up from everything that I've heard about it. But it's so funny to like hear so much of that kind of thing. And then in my realm, we don't go to Coachella. I don't know a single person who's going to Coachella. I'm on the East Coast. This is not something that's like easily accessible to us. You'd have to go so out of your way and pay so much money to go. It's just not a conversation that in real life I'm having with anybody. But then when I'm listening to things, which is often throughout the day, I'm like working from home, I'm almost always listening to something. It's like the main conversation. I'm thinking about Coachella, but I'm like, I have nothing to do with Coachella. I don't even know anybody that has anything to do with Coachella. But yeah, happy for everybody that got to see Jane Remover, and no, like that's good for you. The thing is, I could have gone, but by me not going, that means somebody else got to go. So there's somebody out there, and they don't know that it's them. I don't even know that it's them, but they got to go to Coachella because I didn't go. And could I have gone if I wanted to? Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about those kinds of things. Would have been the first in my bloodline to have a Coachella band. Whatever it is. Is it a wristband? To me, in my head, because I've never seen it, it's like a giant metal bracelet that you have to wear to get in. I don't really care to learn the truth. So I kind of like what Coachella looks like in my head. Just miles and miles of desert and fair food, like deep fried pickles and stuff. And every person you've ever followed on Instagram just in front of you and around you. To me, that's what I think it is. Listen, we have our own Coachella. We don't even need Coachella over here. We have musikfest. Yeah, the musikfest, where you can get corn on a stick, and that's really mostly it. That is most of the reason that everybody goes. You walk around with beer, and there's a lot of horse shit everywhere, and you eat corn on a cob. And it's a thing. It's a little tradition that we have around here where we go, and the entire time we just complain about not liking musikfest. And I like walking around. I just like walking around and seeing people and smelling foods. So when I hear like influencers or whoever talking about going to Coachella and it's a lot of complaining about Coachella, I'm like, I get it, because I mean, it's not expensive to go to musikfest or anything like that, or like exclusive, but still, like, we go to musikfest every year and then we complain about being at musikfest. But either way, if it's a lot of walking and heat and whatever, people are going to complain. And I understand that. Okay, now, happy early 420 to those who are going to celebrate. I will not be amongst you, but I do hope that you have a great time. It's not that I don't smoke at all anymore. It's just, it's really only if I'm drinking and somebody has a vape and they offer it to me. Then yeah, whatever. Because I'm not feeling just the weed alone, which I get high and I get so in my fucking head. And I've always been like this. I have never been able to really, truly enjoy weed. There's been a couple of times where I've like had a nice night, eaten some good food, didn't have a panic attack, but very few, very, very few. It's just not something that's ever worked for me. And I've tried it countless times just to make sure, just in case anything ever changed. I've always wanted it to work for me. I wanted to be a normal girl. I wanted to get high and make a Scooby-Doo ass sandwich and just watch some TV and have a good time. And I can't do that because of the thoughts. Because thought daughter, I cannot smoke weed and enjoy myself. It feels like I have all these tabs open in my head all the time. But because I have so many tabs open, I can just go from like thought to thought all the time. And I don't have to sit and focus all my attention on one. I can go, okay, not right now. And then like go over to this tab instead. And then as soon as I get high, always and forever, it's like all the tabs close but one. And then it's so much pressure for me to sit there and be hyper focused on this one thought and either freeze and not be able to like work through that thought or do anything with it and just panic, or do too much with that thought and get so in my fucking head and start dissecting every little thing, and it's overwhelming and I can't just have fun. It doesn't matter the environment, it doesn't matter the strain, because my friends and people just in general who I've smoked with before, because just to be kind and to try to like help me, people will always try to troubleshoot it and be like, you should smoke this instead of that, or that instead of this, or you should do that before you smoke, or this after you smoke. And I've tried it. I always take the advice because I want it to work for me, and it just doesn't. I'm just one of those people. It just doesn't it doesn't let me relax. There's no zoning out. There's no like relaxing. It's like, even if my body feels more relaxed, my mind is still racing. So it doesn't mean anything. And then I'll think, okay, well, maybe I can be creative right now. Maybe I can, I don't know, sit down and write something, be funny. And I can't, because everything that I say, right after I say it, I dissect it. And I'm like, not only was that not funny, nothing I've ever said has or ever will be funny. And let's go back to childhood. Let's take it back to when you were born. When did that start? I can't get high and be chill. It doesn't happen for me. And I'm so jealous of people who can. I'm so jealous of people who get high and they feel like, I'm going to paint or listen to music or like cook something or go to the gym and work out. That's fucking crazy to me. Going to work high. Let me tell you, I went to work high one time in my life. Never again. I was given an edible and told that the high wouldn't last more than a couple of hours. But what they overlooked when I told them that it was my first time taking an edible was that it was my first time taking an edible. So easy mistake to make. But I was given a small Rice Krispie treat that I didn't know I was supposed to turn into 5 smaller Rice Krispie treats. So I didn't do that. And if you're a server, if you want to call out of your shift, you have to get somebody else to cover your shift for you. Otherwise, if you call out, it's a no call, no show. You can get fired. So to my fucking shock and horror, I woke up the next day still a little high and I had to go into work. And one of my first tables that came in was one of the best kinds of customers that you could get. adult who speaks to you almost exclusively through their child, literally going, what do we want? Tell the lady, what do we want? We want chicken tenders, yes, and a pink lemonade. And Tyler Bartholomew, mommy wants a ribeye. Mommy wants a ribeye, and we don't want it well done like last time, because last time it was overcooked, right? Yeah, it came overcooked. It was chewy. Mind you, Tyler learned how to speak 3 days ago, so he's struggling to repeat back any of this to me, and she won't make direct eye contact with me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be taking directions from here, but I'm high out of my mind, and I'm walking over to the computer to put their order in. 5 things I can see, 4 things I can feel, 3 things I can smell. I see Tyler come running over to me, Fisher Price, Little People, tractor toy in hand. I notice these things. And he's asking if they can have more bread at the table, an extra basket. But he's saying it in a really cute and long-winded way because he can barely speak. So at this point, it starts to click. Okay, Tyler is acting as a conduit between me and this woman. I don't have access to her. I'm not of high enough prestige. So she's speaking to me through her henchman. Got it. I see what's going on now. So be it. Now I'm starting to get more tables. I'm floating around to everybody. My mind and my body are working independently of one another. And Tyler's on his 3rd pink lemonade. So he's starting to get a little jumpy. I go, let me go in the back and check on their food. Perfect. Somebody just ran it out because we would run each other's food. And as I'm going out to check on the table, I'm already getting word from the server that ran it that she's complaining that the steak is woody. I go, this is not good. This is not good. She is going to have Tyler fly off the fucking handle at me. After the experience that she had here last time, Tyler is going to lose his shit at me. So I'm already shaking. I start heading over to the table. My manager's already there talking to them. And I feel like I'm going to throw up. It feels like it's my fault. Is it my fault? No, I didn't cook the steak and I ordered it the correct way. Does it feel like it's my fault? Yes. So I'm watching my manager talk to this table for a little bit, and I'm probably standing in plain sight because I'm too high to think to move over a little bit and not make it obvious. And then Tyler notices me across the room. He makes dead eye contact with me. And he starts chewing on his tractor toy. He's threatening me. My manager comes back and tells me she's furious with me. She's upset with me personally. And she wants to take the survey that comes at the bottom of the receipt where you can like leave comments and thoughts. So you mean Tyler's going to take the survey? There's no fucking way that kid can write. I'm like, have you heard him form a sentence? You think he's going to be able to leave a review? But either way, I'm shaken up about this. My manager's like, just leave them alone for the rest of the time. I'm going to finish taking care of them. I go, perfect. This opens me up for a little time in the walk-in freezer where I'm going to have a full-blown panic attack. A full-blown sobbing and walls closing in on me panic attack. And thankfully, that ends up being enough for me to go home for the rest of the day. Because I look a mess. Because I look like I just had a panic attack in the walk-in freezer. Sometime later, when they put up all the reviews that came in, both positive and negative, regardless of whether or not a name was mentioned in it, they would put them up on the wall for everybody to see back in the kitchen. For some fucking reason, that was the thing they did at this job. And what do I see up there but a long negative review about a woody steak and the server who let it happen? So one of you was putting on an act. Either this woman who this whole time was able to use her words, or Tyler, who's all chewing on my toy and drinking a pink lemonade. But then you sit that kid in front of a fucking computer, he's able to convey himself perfectly. the prose was flowery, purple almost, some would say. They did a little bit too much. They went in a little bit too hard on me. Were my eyes glassy? Yeah. But maybe I was tired. You don't know. You don't know that I took a Rice Krispie treat. But yeah, no, the whole thing is I forgot that I was back there cooking the steak. Because this is my business. This is my restaurant. I went back there and I cooked your woody fucking steak. Would I have given it a look if I was back there and running it out myself? Yeah. To be honest with you, would I be able to tell it was fucking woody in texture from looking at it on the outside? No. You think I'm the one doing that? You think I didn't ring it in the way that you wanted me to? You think I put in the notes, make it woody? Also, anybody saying their steak is woody, I should have expected them to have some purple prose ass review. Listen, that kid is going places. I just need those places to be away from me. Because I'm going to need him to deliver an ass whooping to his mother. Wherever you are in the world. Fuck you. Yeah, just the best kind of person to deal with. People love to do that. You know, it's one thing to have your kids order because you're trying to teach them how to do that for themselves. It's another thing to use your kid to like ask for things, which is more common than you would think unless you've worked in like retail or food service, whatever it is. People use their kids to ask for things all the time. They'll send their kids in and be like, I can have 8 baskets of free bread. First of all, that's 7. Second of all, no. For that little bit of time that I worked at Stride Right, people used to do that shit, send their kids in being all cute, trying to get free shit. Like somebody bought shoes, left, and then a few minutes later, her daughter came back in, very little kid, probably 6 or 7 years old, and she's asking about, can I have, my mom wants me to get shoelaces? Like a pack of shoelaces. I was like, oh, do you have money for the shoelaces? No, no. Well, that's a problem. What are we gonna do about that? Like your kid is cute, but like not lose my job giving you free shit cute. Like I've said before, I never give a fuck about stealing. You want to come in, you want to run off with some shoes? I don't give a fuck. You're stealing kids' shoes. Whether you need it or not, I'm just going to assume you need it. Take it. Whatever. But you were literally just in here and I had to do the whole spiel at the end of asking if you wanted the sprays or the socks. We're supposed to upsell the socks or the shoelaces. And you said no. You think I'm going to lose my job giving your kid some fucking shoelaces? And I go, no, I'm sorry. And they go, why? I don't fucking know. Is this what the trap is? This is what it is. It's you're sending your kid in so that they can ask for something and then I have to be like, what am I going to do? Say no to that face? Yeah. Get the fuck out. Get out. It's like when people love their dog. Like I love my cat. Would take a bullet very literally for my cat, for Biscotti. But like you love your dog, you know? So when your dog is giant and it's like jumping on me and it's humping on me and it's drooling all over me, that's your dog that you love, that you raise, that you take care of. I don't know your fucking dog. So when they're like, oh, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing over there? I'm being humped by a dog that's like the exact same size as me. This is not like a, aw, look at him, get off of there. No, you need to come and yoink him. Yoink him off me. I'm fucking scared. You know what I mean? If you've ever had somebody do that to you where they're like, their dog is like actually grinding on you or slobbering all over your shit or like chewing at your stuff or your clothes and they're just like, oh, come on, get off her, leave the lady alone. Remove him from my body now. Remove the dog. I don't know him. He's the same size as me and you named him Alfred. Now he's got a people name and he's up here grinding on me. I need you to get off him. I need you to get him off me. I don't love your dog. You do. You know? You love your kids. They're cute. Okay, fine. I can look at your dog and say it's cute. I can look at your kid and be like, oh, what a sweetie. You don't get to just do stuff because what you have is cute. The ending, that last part didn't have to make sense because I got all worked up. I got worked up and I wasn't able to make a coherent sentence. So your stuff is cute. Just get it away from me. Get it away from me. I don't love your kid. You do. So maybe that would work on you. But I'm making pennies. I'm getting paid in buttons and coupons. And that's all I've got. I'm not losing out on that, the little bit I have to give you free shit on camera. Anyway, to go back to the smoking of it all, I'm not a fun person to get high with. And it's not, I don't bring down the environment or try to. I don't try to like start getting into a philosophical conversation or get too deep with shit. It's more that like you can look at me and tell I'm having a bad time. Or I feel like I need to fill the silence with constant conversation. Like I feel like if I keep talking, I can keep the thoughts away. But that doesn't happen. And then I just realize I'm the only person talking. Like being a person who gets high or you drink and you like to be chatty, which is me. I like to talk when I'm drinking. That's my favorite part of it. I'm going out drinking, not to drink, but to socialize. And to me, that's just like, that's just the warm up. We're just drinking and getting warmed up. And then we're going to talk or we're going to dance or we're going to do something. But I'm not like a drink and stand around kind of person. Same thing with weed. I can't get high and then just like sit in silence or even sit and listen to music. I need to talk. And being around people who are the opposite way, I just know I'm not the kind of person that they want to get high with. And I feel bad every time it's happened, but I'm like, I cannot be still. I have to talk and keep the thoughts away. And I've asked people before, like friends, where I'm like, when you get high, like, do you just feel like your mind is racing? Like, do you get kind of stuck on things or like lean into bad thoughts? And do you know how many people have just outright said no? Like never happens to them. I'm like, that's never happened to you. Honestly, never once. You've never gotten high and then just had a lot of bad thoughts hit you? How? And when I really started smoking the most was during the pandemic, like the quarantine, the lockdown. It was like, I know it doesn't work for me, but what if it did this time? So every night, my ritual was shower, bed is made, slipping into a made bed, apples and peanut butter, Love Island, because this is when I got into Love Island and like binge watched every season of it ever. It was during lockdown, and I would smoke a little bit. And every single time, the smoking would be the thing that ruined the vibe for me. It would be the thing that killed it and made the whole night miserable. And yet I would still try it every fucking time. And I don't know what that is. You burn your hand on the stove. Don't touch the stove. I burn my hand on the stove. I go, maybe the stove's not hot this time. Well, is it red and glowing? Yes, it is. So it's going to burn you. And I just kept doing it. I feel like it was like last year, like almost exactly a year ago, that it really clicked for me. And I was like, I gotta stop doing this. Even when I'm out and somebody has a vape or whatever, I have to be careful about when I'm like partaking, because there are times when I've been out having the best night and then I smoke a little bit and it ruins it for me. I've been asked before if I feel like I kind of go into being high with a negative mindset. Like I just already feel like I'm going to have anxiety and I'm going to have a bad time. And if maybe that's what contributes to it. And I do feel that way now. Now, present day, I always feel like if I'm to smoke right now, I'm going to have a bad time. But for a long time, that wasn't the case. For the longest time, I kept doing it thinking, well, music's going to sound better and food's going to taste better and this TV show is going to be even funnier. And then that wouldn't happen. And I would have a horrible panic attack. But with mushrooms, I've taken mushrooms only twice and went into it with a very negative mindset, which everyone said not to do, to be very cautious of doing that, which I think you should be. But I kind of went into it thinking, I'm probably going to have a bad time, but it'll be a story for later on, even if I do. And I had the best time. Both times I did mushrooms, I felt amazing. The first time, I had never seen a Dashi video before. If any of you know who Dashi is, he's not somebody who would normally come up on YouTube for me. I put on a Dashi video, and it was a game where he plays, it's like a SpongeBob shooter game. It was so weird. And I spent the entirety of that video and beyond. It was a long video. I spent the entirety of that video and for hours afterwards watching Dashi videos and laughing so fucking hard. I had the best time. I didn't feel in my head. I had no appetite. I underestimated the whole like mushrooms kill your appetite and kind of make your stomach turn thing, but I didn't feel sick to my stomach or anything. It felt amazing. So because I had 2 really good experiences, I'm scared to ever do it again because I don't want to have a bad time and ruin that. But I went into taking those mushrooms. I took a microdose thinking it was going to fucking suck and it was going to be scary. And then I had one weird moment where I was with Jay. You guys don't know Jay, but I know Jay. And I'm looking at his face and it felt like I was seeing everything with like, you know, when you sharpen a photo, like extra sharp and you can see every pore and every single line on a person's face in a photo. I was seeing that in real time. It felt like everything was so detailed. And that kind of freaked me out a little bit, but it was also kind of funny. So I just kept laughing. I laughed for hours. And I have had times like that when I'm smoking weed, but like not often. Like it's just the bad heavily outweighs the good for me. But I feel like a fucking freak in that way because I don't know anybody else except for my sister. My sister's the same way. My sister, she's like, I get high and then I immediately wish that I was sober again. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I feel like. I feel like I get high to like heighten an experience and then immediate regret sets in. And I'm just like, I just wish I was raw dogging this, whatever it is I'm doing. I can't help but to feel like if weed strains were named like candle fragrances, maybe I would go into it expecting the best and not the worst because I'm already high and trying desperately not to notice anything new and strange about myself that I've never given thought to before. And then completely unsolicited, you want to tell me that I'm smoking bomb threat? That's not helpful. No, yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. I like it more than, what was that last strain you had? Missing People? Yeah. No, I definitely like bomb threat more than Missing People. Yes, it's a little smoother or something. Now, if you ask me, do I want to try Sweet Moments? Yeah. Yeah, I think I do. That sounds really nice, actually. Do I want to smoke some Whimsical Water Lily? Why the heck not? Sure. Yeah, that actually sounds very pleasant. Thank you. Come on over and try this new A Calm and Quiet Place. I would love that. I would love that. That sounds like exactly what I need. Do I want to fucking smoke on purple monkey balls? What are you talking about? Don't ever talk to me like that about anything. Don't ever ask me if I want to smoke balls of any kind. You cannot just speak to people however you want to speak to them. You can't come up to me and say things like that. Okay? You're gonna scare me. And I can run very fast if spooked. You don't want to see it. In my ins and outs video for 2026, I was talking about how weed might be in for me personally. And through talking about it in this episode and having mostly negative things to say, and also talking about the fact that I keep thinking I'm going to have a different experience and then having the same experience over and over again, jury's been out on this one for a while, but I'm thinking maybe they need to come to a conclusion. Maybe this should be a no. Maybe we don't do that. If what I'm seeking is like peace and like calm and like chill, like relaxing, I think I'm able to achieve that on my own, and I don't know what I'm looking to add to that. It's not that. Maybe what I'm seeking is a fucking sleepy girl mocktail or something. Maybe there's something else that I'm trying to find. But it's not that, because it's not working for me. Okay, it's getting dark and the neighbors are getting loud. So happy 420, you guys. And that's the end of the episode.